and go, I think.
People are worse off than Willie Loman. Believe me, I've seen them.
Then make Charlie your father, Biff. You can't do that, can you? I don't say he's a great man. Willie Loman has never made a lot of money. His name has never been in the papers. He's not the greatest character that ever lived, but he is a human being. And something terrible is happening to him, so attention must be paid. He's not to be allowed to fall into his grave like an old dog. Attention must finally be paid to such a person. You call him crazy.
I didn't mean.
No, a lot of people think he's lost his balance. But you don't have to be very smart to see what's wrong with him. The man is exhausted.
Sure.
A small man can get just as exhausted as a great man. He works for a company for 36 years this March, opens up unheard of territory for them, and now, in his old age, they take his salary away.
I didn't know that, Mom.
Well, you never ask, my dear. Now that you get your spending money someplace else, you don't trouble your mind about him.
And I gave you money last
Christmas time, $50 to fix the hot water costs $97.50. For 5 weeks, he has been on straight commission, like a beginner, an unknown.
Those ungrateful bastards.
Are they any worse than his sons? When he brought them business, when he was young, they were glad to see him. But now his old friends, the old buyers that loved him so and always found some order to hand him in a pinch, they're all dead, retired. He used to be able to make 6, 7 calls a day in Boston. Now he takes his valises out of the car and puts them back and takes them out again, and he's exhausted. So instead of walking, he talks now. He drives 700 miles, and when he gets there, no one knows him. No one welcomes him. And what goes through a man's mind when he drives 700 miles home, knowing that he hasn't earned a cent? Why shouldn't he talk to himself? Why? When he has to go to Charlie and borrow $50 a week and pretend to me it's his pay. How long can that go on? How long? You see what I'm sitting here and waiting for, and you tell me he has no character? When does he get the man who never worked a day but for your benefit? When does he get the medal for that? Is this his reward? To turn around at the age of 63 and find his sons, who he loved better than his life, one a philandering bum. That's all you are, my baby. And you, what happened to the love you had for him? You were such pals. You used to talk to him on the phone every night. How lonely he was till you would till he could come home to you.
All right, Mom. I'll live here in my room, and I'll get a job. I'll keep away from him, that's all.
No. Biff, you can't stay here and fight all the time.
He threw me out of this house. Remember that?
Why did he do that? I never knew why.
Because I know he's a fake. And he doesn't like anybody around who knows.
Why? Why a fake? And what do you mean?
Just don't lay it all at my feet. It's between me and him. That's all I have to say. I'll chip in from now on. He'll settle for half my paycheck. He'll be all right. I'm going to bed.
He won't be all right.
I hate this city, and I'll stay here. Now, what do you want?
He's dying, Biff.
Why is he dying?
He's been trying to kill himself.
How?
I live from day to day.
What are you talking about?
Remember I wrote you that he smashed up the car again in February?
Well?
The insurance inspector came. He said that they have evidence that all these accidents in the last year weren't accidents.
How can they tell that? That's a lie.
There seems there's a woman, and this woman...
What woman?
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, what did you say?
Nothing. I just said, what woman? What about her?
Well, it seems she was walking down the road and saw his car. She says that he wasn't driving fast at all, and that he didn't skid. She says he came to that little bridge and then deliberately smashed into the railing. And it was only the shallowness of the water that saved him.
No, he probably just fell asleep again.
I don't think he fell asleep.
Why not?
Last month. Boys, it's so hard to say a thing like this. He's just a big, stupid man to you, but I tell you, there's more good in him than in many other people. I was looking for a fuse. The lights blew out, and I went down the cellar, and behind the fuse box, it happened to fall out, was a length of rubber pipe, just short.
No kidding.
There's a little attachment on the end of it. I knew right away, and sure enough, on the bottom of the water heater, there's a new little nipple on the gas pipe.
That jerk. Did you have it taken off?
I'm ashamed to. How can I mention it to him? Every day I go down and take away that little rubber pipe. But when he comes home, I put it back where it was. How can I insult him that way? I don't know what to do. I live from day to day, boys. I tell you, I know every thought in his mind. It sounds so old-fashioned and silly, but I tell you, he put his whole life into you. And you've turned your backs on him. Biff, I swear to God, Biff, his life is in your hands. And that's it.